everybody, welcome to this video where I'm just going to give you some quick tips about how to knit a garment with fully spun yarn. So here I have my granito sweater, which I've been working on, and I have put the body on scrap yarn so that I can go ahead and do the sleeves. So the first thing to know about knitting a garment with fully spun yarn is that you're going to want to pick something where the body is knit in one piece. So what that means is that here we did the front and the back, but then once we got to where we join the sleeves, it's all knit in the round. What that does is that minimizes your requirement to match the striping, and you can just let it stripe as it will and not worry about it. This particular colorway is the Hint of Mint colorway, and so there are only 3 colors, but if there was one with 5 or 6 colors, the striping, it would be difficult to match between 4 pieces or 2 pieces completely. So here I have wound up the matching skein. So let me step back. So with fully spun yarn, if you get a sweater's quantity all from the same dye lot, which I definitely recommend, you're actually going to end up with sets of matching skeins. The reason for that is that I dye it in a mirror, so you'll get skeins that are exactly the same. So you see these 2 skeins, they look very similar, and then these 2 skeins, you can see they have the same balance of the dark gray, light, and light mint. As well, the skeins that I've already knit into the sweater, they had the same balance of dark gray and dark mint. So what you're going to want to do is plan it out ahead of time. So ahead of time, I knew that I wanted to go ahead and do the dark, and after I did the beginning, when I caked up the second skein, I tried to make sure that I would start out with like a little dark gray / light gray, and then it would quickly progress into the darkest gray. Now, obviously these are 2 different sizes, and that's why you got a little bit, it got to the lighter part faster. So when I joined in the round, it was still in the dark gray portion before going back to a white portion. So you get that dark gray stripe, which I'm okay with it. It stripes anyway, and it kind of just looks like it's supposed to be there. So that's the back. This is the front. And also, when you do get to that point where you join front and back, use the front skein use the front skein for that. And the reason why is because if I had used the back skein, which is on the light gray part, I'd have that dark stripe on the front of my body, and that could fall anywhere, you know. So the next thing we need to do in order to get the yarn prepared for the sleeves is we're going to need to cake these 2 up, and then we're going to need to pull out an amount so that we know we're at the same stripe. This is the same thing you would do if you were using a self-striping yarn that was just solid colors. In this case, though, it's just a little bit more complex because you have multiple colors in each stripe. Alright, so if you're familiar with skeins, you know that the yarn comes, let me make sure I'm getting the whole, yeah. If you're familiar with skeins, you know that the yarn comes with ties around it and you have a knot. So with fully spun, you cut the knot. There's going to be one piece that's attached to 3 wraps, and 1 piece that's attached to 1 wrap. The 1 piece is going to be your inside, and the 3 is going to be your outside. So this is the inside because it's just 1 piece. So we're going to just tuck that in. And alright, and we're going to want to, and the reason that's important is that you're going to want to skein from outside to inside, 1 to help your twisting process, and 2 to help the colors be in the same order. green strand. So this is going to be the inside again of the skein, which is just wrapped once. And then we're going to tuck that. And then this is going to be the outside, and it is slightly shifted from the other skein, the matching skein that we're using, and it has shifted into the white and green portion. So we're going to have to pull out pieces of the white until we get to the white and green section. Similar color balances with the light green and dark gray, as opposed to this one, which has a lot of dark gray. So on the inside, find the middle, pull it out. Okay. So the middle of this one is white, the middle of this one is white and green. And you see it goes from white to white and green to that lighter color, then you get the black and white and blah 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 and so forth. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna ball up the white part until we get to the white and green, and it's not gonna be an exact match, but it's gonna be close enough such that they'll be pretty closely matched. So it's hard, it might be hard to tell, but we're starting to get into the mint here, but I'm just gonna take a little bit more out until we get to where there's the same level of contrast. So let me wrap up just a little bit more, and got a good amount of yarn there, and yeah, so we're gonna cut this off. I left my scissors over there, so I'm just gonna break it. And now we have the sleeves are gonna start on pretty much the same color, and there will be a different amount of this color from this color, but it's gonna go into the same colors once it does start to color change. And what I can do is I will mark this and knit the short one first, and if I am getting a substantial difference, I can always modify at that point. So this is going to be our second skein, and we're going to go put these away. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that this gave you some good tips if you'd like to try knitting a garment with Fully Spun. No, it is definitely possible, and if you ever have any questions about pattern recommendations, about finding patterns knit in one piece that also would look good with striping, definitely let me know, and I'm more than happy to help.